Good morning. Nice little chilly morning this morning. So let's just bring ourselves to the mat. If you're wearing something, it's nice sometimes to start with something warmer on and maybe a layer to take off if you do heat up, but then to put back on at the end. So sometimes it's nice just to have something close by. That could even be a blanket, if you like a little throw around your shoulders as we warm up, and then toss it down and then put it back on for our rest at the end. That's nice sometimes. Also nice to put a little blanket over your feet during rest time, something that's comfortable, just so that you don't think about being cold, that you think about resting. So finding anything that makes you comfortable, especially for the final rest. Always welcome to bring that. So let's go ahead and just come in to our practice. Maybe close the eyes. Resting the hands gently on the knees, either palms up or down, whichever feels right for you. And just notice your breath, maybe closing the eyes, breathing in through the nose and out through the nose. Lips closed, jaw relaxed. Just noticing your breath and where you are this morning. Setting the day aside, setting plans aside, and being in touch with the breath, being aware of the cool air as it enters your nose, deep down into your body, and then nice, warm, gentle air going out. Releasing what we don't need for this next hour. Bringing our hands to heart center, our Anjali Mudra. Just being present with your yoga and your practice. Maybe setting an intention, a phrase or thought or word that brings you peace and focus. And using that intention as something to come back to if you feel particularly distracted today or your mind wandering at various points, to just remind yourself and guide yourself gently back to your intention. And your breath, allow your breath to bring that intention in and settle as you exhale. Very nice. And lowering the hands down, stretching the fingers out and up, overhead, fingers stretching. High, inhale. And exhale, slowly drifting the arms down. Now, right after I said we'll spend some time in the chair today, I do want to start with our warm-up standing this morning to really get us warmed up before we sit. So just mindfully planting your feet under your knees, leaning forward for your point of balance, lifting forward in your seat, up to your feet. Let's see, I'm going to move my chair just for a minute. So starting first with our mountain pose. Chin parallel with the floor, gentle knees, grounded in our feet, under our ankles, knees, hips, spine, shoulders, feeling the strength in our wrists. Eyes can be closed or gaze sort of out 10 feet or so. Just nice, strong, balanced pose, and feeling your balance, maybe gently rocking forward and back, side to side. Cold weather can make us want to kind of longing for a grounding in, a snuggling in for warmth. And so sort of think about that with your feet to your grounding instead of feeling airy and chilly, grounding in, coming into the center of your body, grounding down into your feet, down into the earth. Very nice. Then inhaling, reaching up. Exhaling, floating down. Inhaling up. And if you want, you may take your foot stance out just a tiny bit more wherever you are so that your feet are under your hips or wider if it's more comfortable for your balance, but stretching up and then reaching to one side, keeping your shoulders, hips in the same plane. We really want a nice, starting with a little bit of a nice side stretch. Inhaling, reaching up, exhaling to the other side. Inhaling up, exhaling to the other side. Inhale up, exhale other side. One more each side, inhaling up and really trying to keep those shoulders, even if you need to drop your elbows, keeping your shoulders and hips in line. Inhale up, exhale down, so we can really getting into the side body. And with our arms up, let's do a little bit of a hold this time. And feeling your balance in your feet, pushing slightly in the hip that's away, the long body side, long stretch. Just gently reaching out with that hip bone, maintaining your balance, but reaching, breathe in, breathe out, don't hold the breath. Good, then reaching, inhale, stretching up forward, and other side. Down first, grounding in, and then reaching with that other hip out. Keeping the shoulders in line with the hips, reaching with that hip. One more breath. Inhale up. Swooping the arms down and back up. Clasping the fingers to put the palms forward. If that's not comfortable for your shoulders, either separating the hands or clasping the hands with your palms down, whichever feels like a good stretch for your shoulders. Never to pain. Just finding that gentle envelope. Inhaling and then exhaling, just looking up. This puts us into a gentle back bend, not really leaning back, but just looking up gives us our spine the support of a gentle back bend without straining the low back. 2 breaths here. Inhale through the nose and out through the nose. And then drawing your belly to your spine, pulling the head up, and then bend the knees, lowering down forward, little forward bend. Keeping a nice bend in the knees. Let's start with a nice bend in the knees here. Easy on the low back, hands on the knees if that feels better. And then as we come up, putting that bend in the knees, pushing the ground away and reaching with the hands out and up, pushing down with the feet, reaching up with the hands, kind of helps us keep our spine stable, reaching and lowering. And then with our arms out, just a gentle one arm down to opposite knee, but standing, so that's a thigh, really. Exhale. Inhale, arms out. Exhale, down. The back arm can go up or out to the side. Inhale, straight. Exhale, down. Inhaling, straight. Exhale, down. Just take a couple of these movements at your own pace. Not too fast. Marrying it up with the breath kind of helps us be deliberate. Good. And then inhaling, and as we exhale, this time reaching up and across. Exhale. Inhale, back down. Exhale, other side, up. Inhale. Exhale, other side. Inhale. Very nice. And then arms way out to the side. Straight arms, open palms, active hands, and gentle knees, just being present in how far back your hands are. Inhaling and exhaling. Not pushing, but just being aware of your range. Bringing the hands back in, exhale. Inhale, arms open. Nice big breath, exhale, keeping the back straight, just bringing the arms in. Inhale, arms open, being aware of your range. Exhale, arms in. And now after our inhale, let's come in for a nice hug, upper back stretch. Maybe get a little up and down to each shoulder, little side stretch at the same time. Very nice, keeping our breath moving. And inhale, arms open. Exhale, opposite arm on top. Little shoulder rub. Side stretch. Breathing into that side body, exhaling out anything that's tight. Very nice. Arms out and lowering down. Go ahead and come to seated. I'm warmed up, ready to take my first layer off, but I'll leave it on for a little bit. Now with your hands gently in your lap, I'm just going to turn the head side to side. Just breathe. Very nice, and then holding to one side. Finding your range, gently breathing in and out. Option to take the gaze out past your shoulder as well for a little added stretch beyond the reach of the range of your neck. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathing in, breathing out. Very nice. If your gaze is stretched past, gently close your eyes. Unwind the head. Inhale in neutral, exhale other side. Feeling the difference. Extending the gaze if you'd like. Breathing in, breathing out, really feeling your breath into your neck and shoulders. Relax the shoulders, make sure they're not pulled up toward the ears. Relax the hands. Very nice. If your gaze is extended, gently closing the eyes, bringing the head back to center. Little shoulder rub. And then sitting on one hand, palm down. This could be quite a stretch, so enter into it gently, but with sitting on one hand with your palm down, you're going to gently tip your head away from that straight arm. Allow yourself to feel into this stretch. It's more intense than just the regular dropping your ear down. It is for me. So really feeling it into the shoulders, the arms. Breathe through the nose and out through the nose. Relax the jaw. Sometimes a nice deep breath can help you really stretch into the movement. And then an exhale helps you relax in, let go of where you're holding tension, relax the other shoulder, the non-stretched arm. Very nice, feeling the stretch, being present. Good, and on your inhale, lifting the head up, releasing the hand, maybe a little shake. And the other side, sitting on the hand, palm down. Inhaling up and then gently lowering down, feeling your body, feeling the shoulder, neck, even elbow, arm, forearm. Allowing your breath to help you really enjoy the stretch. Inhale in, feeling everywhere that might be a little tight. Exhaling a nice release of any tension or tightness. Relax the jaw. Relax your feet. Grounded in breathing. Very nice. Inhaling back up. Releasing the hand. Very nice. Then we'll move into our goddess stretch. So again, you are always the option if you like, if you have more, looking for more energy or power in your legs, always an option to do this standing if you do prefer. I'm going to do it sitting today. But our nice goddess stretch, seated, it really allows us to stretch because we're not worried as much about balance. So you want to look down and make sure you can see your big toes. We're not collapsing our knees down. So if your knees are collapsed, bring your feet in to where your knees are over your feet and not collapsing down over your toes. So we really want to have that power in our knees, drawing our legs out, power in our feet, grounding us. Elbows are up, nice strong hands. And just take some nice breaths here. Really feel where that breath is going. This is a very strong pose. Strength and stretching. A little endurance. If your muscles shake a little bit, that's okay, as long as there's no pain. It's too much, always an option to lower the elbows today if your shoulders would prefer that. Couple more breaths here, really being present with pulling those knees out. Allowing that stretch to get into the hips. Very nice. Then inhaling, stretch up. Exhaling down. Lowering the elbows, bringing the hands back a bit. Inhaling up. And exhaling down. Elbows down, hands back, knees out. Inhaling up and floating the hands down. Relax. A little tap out. For this next series, we're going to do several things in the chair in sort of our warrior two pose. But I want you to make sure that your knee, your bent knee, which is going to be closest to the back of your chair, is really as close to the seat as you can. So your seat for your back leg has a little bit more freedom. So as opposed to your seat being in the middle of your chair, I really want you to think about almost your entire upper leg is on the chair. Here's the seat of my chair. So I have my knee bend, still be nice and stable. If this doesn't work for your chair, adjust so that you feel safe. And then we're going to put our back leg straight, angling the toes to where it feels comfortable for your knee. Mine is sort of facing the screen. My leg is back. Bring it back to your comfort point, but I'd like you to, if you can't straighten it, go ahead and bend it. Just find your spot, find your challenge spot here. And then we're gonna reach the arms up, putting your bent knee, elbow down on your bent knee that's closest, and creating a nice line from your ankle all the way up your arm. This is our side angle pose. We're going to exhale down. Inhale, this makes more sense to exhale. Exhale, reach. Inhale down, bringing a slight sit, and then exhale, reaching forward. Inhale, slight sit, elbow down. Exhale, forward. Inhale, and now we're going to hold. Challenging yourself to not put so much weight in your bent elbow. What can you do for your side strength? Really holding yourself in the stretch from your ankle to your fingertips. Gentle head. either looking down at your foot or sort of straight, whatever works, but inhaling and exhaling. Very nice. Relax the bent hand. Good, and then reaching with those straight fingers, reaching up to bring yourself to seated, and then letting that straight arm fall to the straight leg, and lifting that bent hand up overhead. Slight back bend here, looking up at the hand, the palm facing you. Kind of a modified exalted warrior. This also changes the stretch in your back leg, just being present with your feet, present with your breath. Very good, and then sitting up, bringing both of our hands up. Let's just turn your hip. Your straight leg might drop a bit off the front of your chair, but turning your hips to a warrior one. This is facing the same direction as our bent knee. Mindful of your low back, breathing in, breathing out. Very nice. And stretching up, both hands lowering down. We're going to bend this front leg, or bend our straight leg, come back into our seat. So our bent knee is supporting us, and what was our bent leg, we'll send it off to the side. So now I'm facing you. This is gate pose. So now my bent knee is facing the screen. And what was our bent leg is off to the side. So once we have our gate foundation, we're going to lift both hands. So a different side stretch, lowering one hand down on the knee and over to the side. Again, trying to keep the weight out of your straight arm, grounding into your seat, shifting your chair if you need a more comfortable spot. Reaching, challenging that side stretch, breathing in, breathing out. Very nice, and inhaling, lifting up, floating that arm down and reaching with the other side. So similar to side angle, except with gate, our supporting legs in a different way. Hold on to the chair here if you need to. Challenging yourself to be grounded in your seat, using those core muscles to the side. Breathe in, breathe out, relax the face. Nice, and inhaling, reaching up. And then with one leg out to the side, keeping our gate foundation, breathing our hands out. Inhaling, then we're going to exhale, breathing one hand over the straight leg. Exhale. Inhale, both arms out. Exhale, bringing the opposite hand over. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, exhale. One more each side. Inhale, arm over the straight leg, exhale. Inhale, arms over the bent leg. Very nice. Back out. Now we're going to switch to gate on the other side. So bending that straight leg, maybe shifting over to the side where our straight leg's going to be. For gate, our both toes are pointed forward for gate. Whatever's comfortable for you, always an option to bend the knee or bring the leg in more, where you feel this, your envelope, your side stretch. So our knees are facing, our hips, face, bent knee are all facing the screen, coming off the front of the chair. and our straight leg is off the side. We're just doing our gait. We're kind of doing this sequence in reverse here. So for gait, we'll lift our arms up. And exhale, floating this arm over the straight leg, bending toward that straight leg, keeping our shoulders over our hips. More important here to keep everything on the same plane, not so far, not so important how far down we go. Really getting into that hip stretch over the bent knee. Watching how much pushing, don't push on your knee of the straight leg. If you need to push for support, do that on your thigh. Challenge, lift the hand up. Inhale and exhale. Relax the face, relax the feet. Working in your seat and your side body. Very nice. Now our hand reaching up, floating that arm down, hand for support, other arm over to the side. Again, keeping the shoulders in line, reaching, neutral head, whatever works well for your neck. Maybe you want to look up or straight or down. Really feeling that stretch through the hips, the side body, reaching the ribs toward the wall over the straight leg. Inhale and exhale. Gentle smile. Breathing. Very nice. Now inhaling, reaching up, lifting our arm up. And then we're going to do the same thing with our inhale, exhale, or inhale, arms out. Exhale over the straight leg. Inhaling. Exhaling opposite direction. Inhale. Exhale. And as you move with your breath, being present where your feet are, your grounding, your seat, everything feeling balanced and strong. One more each side. Over the straight leg. And the bent leg. Nice. And floating our hands down, we're going to, with what was our straight leg becoming our bent leg, going in the other direction for our warrior two seat. So we're going to bring that bent knee back. Opposite leg is now toward the back of the chair. Opposite leg is now straight behind us, or whatever works for this hip, knee, balance. And we're going to do our warrior one first. So keeping your hips facing over your bent knee, arms up, warrior one. When we're standing, we're doing warrior one with our hips facing the front, as opposed to warrior two when our hips are open. Warrior one, our hips are facing the front. In the chair, facing front. Being aware of your shoulders, your back, hips. Breathing in, breathing out. We talk a lot about our feet and our hands, our balance, but being present with your shoulders, the strength in your upper, lower, mid back, how it's supporting you. Breathing in, breathing out. Then reaching for the ceiling and lowering the hands down. We'll come into our side angle. So we're just moving our hips a little more open, keeping our legs pretty much the same. Just adjust the leg. We're going to come over to the side. So our hips are a little more open than warrior one. And putting our forearm on our bent knee, reaching out, up, straight line as possible from your ankle to your fingertips. And then we'll come up. Inhale here and exhale, reaching out. Inhale, exhale. Do a couple at your breath, being very mindful of your movement and your breath. What's stretching, what's supporting you. Just enjoy these breaths and this stretch. And then hold on the next time you go up. Again, challenging yourself to lift that bent arm, really feeling the strength of your body supporting your leg, your arms, and your leg and arms supporting that side body. Everything working together with your breath. Very nice, and stretching, reaching out and up, up, up. It brings us to seated, floating that arm down. And then our bent arm coming up overhead, gentle back stretch, back bend, rather front stretch as we look up at our palm. Making sure there's no stress on the knees anywhere, micro bends if there's any stress or pain. Relax that hand over the back knee. This should be about a stretch here, not so much about your seat should really be holding you up, and it's more the stretch in the front body, looking up, the arm strength overhead. Breathe in, breathe out. Good, and then reaching up with our front hand, floating it down. We're going to come back to our goddess pose. So returning to the goddess pose. I think I'm warm enough, I think. Lots of breathing. Our goddess pose, knees nice and strong out. We can see our toes. And even if your hips may feel more fatigued from the stretches, just feeling the range. Arms up. Noticing your range, noticing your shoulders, elbows, hips, knees. How does your body feel? Inhaling and exhaling. Very good. 3 more breaths here. Nice and strong, reaching out with the knees. Good. Inhale, reaching up. And exhale, floating the hands down, bringing the knees in. Little tap out, little shoulder rub. That's great for our back strength as well. All of those things that we're using, we're activating our legs, but our core, our back is really doing the work, doing a lot of the work. Stretching, hands up, clasping the fingers if that feels good, and putting the palms up, forward. This is a real challenge point for me, so I try to just do a little bit every day, even if it's bending the elbows so that the palms can be up. It's a real range limit for me in my shoulders, and just a little bit has helped a lot. I started with my palms up and my hands way out. So you can either do palms up and hands apart, or palms up, hands together and elbows bent. Finding what works for your body, and then find that little bit of range and just working with it. Those areas that tend to get so tight and are really hard to reverse. Good, now reaching up, over to the side, just a nice little side to side. Arms straight. Good, reach up and hands float down. just sit for a moment. This is really a seated mountain pose. So with arms down, palms open, just like standing mountain pose. Just a nice, square, sturdy seat. Feeling you're grounded. Feeling all the activity in your body from your feet all the way up your legs, your arms, your back, head and neck. And just sending some breath, appreciating that strength. Nice. And then we're going to come to standing. We're going to do our standing, our chair pose up and down a bit, practicing keeping that going. Feet underneath the knees, leaning forward, finding your balance point, no hands. Let's stand, staying in a squat, and sit, and stand, sit. See if I can not make my chair squeak. Stand, sit. One more down. And then come to standing, pushing the ground away. And now keeping with that, having your feet a little wider than your hips. I want you to put that bend back in your knees. And a challenge to keep your arms up overhead. So we're just being in a squat, arms overhead. Breathe into anything that's pushing back. 2 more breaths, we can do it. Good, and then with that last inhale, pushing the ground away, reaching up with our hands, and floating the arms down. I'm gonna work on a little bit of back stretching. So we're gonna do our hamstring and back in our sort of like a down dog, but we're facing your chair, facing your seat. Gonna inhale, arms up. And then bending the arms, hands down to prayer. And then pivoting forward with the hips, knees bent at this point. Then lowering the hands. And then coming up to the position that works for you. I want your back straight. So if your knees are bent and your back is straight, perfect. If your legs are straight and your back is straight, but it comes up a little bit more, or you want to block under your hands, you just want your back straight. Head is neutral, breathing in, breathing out. Feeling this maybe in your hamstrings, even in the bottom of your feet, all the way up your spine. If you do a pose like this on your own, you have an option to put your hands on the back of your chair or on the tabletop. Be careful of your shoulders. Sometimes that can really extend the shoulders because our weight is pulling it down. But if you feel that you're particularly limber and you want more of a challenge, you can do that. I prefer in this pose to have my hands down. A few more breaths here, nice straight back. If you're feeling a little more limbered up now with your breath, maybe bending the elbows. You know your challenge point, find your edge, not past it. Just that comfortable challenge. Safe challenge. Breathe in, breathe out. Very good. Your next inhale. With a nice support in your hands. Back straight. Challenge if you're feeling really strong. You don't want your hands down there, but your back is straight. That's fine. We're gonna bicycle the feet. So coming up on the toes, alternating feet, coming up on the balls of our toes, straight back, breathing in, breathing out. couple more. Very nice. And then bending the knees, pushing the ground away, reaching up, and floating the arms down. I do that as sort of just a safeguard for our backs. So if you're bending over, I mean, we know, I know many of us have heard, you bend with the knees, not the back. But if you find yourself in a bent over position, if you really consciously push the ground away, it really engages the legs, and use your arms. Even if you're bending over in the pantry or something, picking something up, use your whole body. Don't make your low back do all of that work. Moving into some balance poses here. I'm going to do something a little different. Feeling your grounding in both feet. Grounded in both feet. I want you to shift your weight over into your preferred foot first, although we're really doing it both in here. And then I want you to put your opposite heel of that toe. So now we're heel toeing it. Sometimes for me this is already enough, but we're going to do more. Always great to have the chair close by or a wall. So we're heel toeing. So looking at your feet, maybe just to kind of get your grounding, and then not looking at them, looking up, straight ahead. So you're thinking about your toes, come forward into both toes. So whether that for you is just shifting your weight up onto the toes or coming up onto the balls of the toes, whatever works for you. Breathing in, breathing out. Ankles steady. Holding on. If it enables you to make your ankles straight and steady by holding, please hold on. Better that than having the ankles wobbly. And then lowering down, and now coming back onto both heels. So shifting your weight back onto your heels. Your back leg's going to feel more of that, but coming back onto both heels. Again, chair for balance. Being present, feeling that shift in your weight. Very nice. One more time up to the balls of the toes. And then lower down to the heels and come back on the heels. Breathe in, breathe out. And then just a little rocking back and forth. Toe heel, just to kind of massage and stretch out the feet. Very nice. And bringing our weight into our front foot, we're going to bring the other foot to the front. Same thing here, up to the toes. Power in the feet. Really try to, my yoga teacher said it's this nice thing, sort of hug your spine with the rest of your body. So drawing yourself in and up your spine really helps you bring balance to the center of your body. Nice, lowering down, coming back to the heels. Different shift of weight here. Our heels aren't giving us quite as much space to balance on. Feeling your legs, how your weight shifts. Nice, and coming forward on the toes. Again, drawing in, hugging the spine with your body. Totally fine to fall out, just fall back in. And lowering down to our heels. Breathing. Very nice. And now a nice rocking, little balancing foot massage. Toes to heels. Very nice. And step it out a little bit. And I'm going to go ahead and do a little, another more of a traditional balance pose. We'll do our tree pose. Again, practicing our tree pose, I just think it helps to return to that. A little bit of body memory, mind memory. So choosing your foundational foot, just lifting the weight off the other heel, being nice and present in that foundation foot. Lifting the knee, bringing it out to the side, and then finding the space today on this foot where your foot's going to land. So your calf, toes on the ground. You can put it in front of your leg, but not on your knee. If you want a little bit of different hip stretch too. But finding that spot. Also, you can put your toe up on a block next to your ankle so you get the height, a little more height in your knee. Finding that balance point. Drawing in and up in the spine. Breathe in, breathe out. Finding our balance. Very nice. Then moving the knee in, dropping the foot, lowering that leg. Little step, step. Very nice. And then bringing your presence to the other foot. Other foot for grounding. This side might be very different. Allow yourself that time to adjust for any knee or foot or hip, ankle. Just give yourself time. Breathing in, and then let's lift the knee, move it out, and find the spot on this side. That could be the calf, toes on the ground, toes on a block. Finding your balance. If you're feeling really settled and comfortable, maybe challenging yourselves with either prayer or hands overhead. Breathing in, breathing out. Falling out, totally fine. Fall back in. Very nice. And then bringing that knee forward, dropping the foot and lowering the leg. We just want to move in and out of that nice and slowly and thoughtfully. So we benefit from feeling our body in balance. Very nice. Now coming back to our seat. We're going to do our inversion. So finding what works for you today, whether that's your elbows on your knees and your head hanging, maybe hands on a book or some sturdy cushion or on the floor if that's accessible, the top of the feet, but inhaling, exhaling, hinging from the hips, finding the spot that feels good for your back today and hips, finding that spot where you can allow your head to hang, gentle neck, nodding the head, gentle, gentle shaking of the head. Breathing in and out. And take a nice deep breath once you get settled so you can feel any spots that might be tight as you move into this posture. So nice deep breath and then a nice slow exhale. This oftentimes help you find what might be pushing back. If your hips or legs feel tight, maybe tighten your entire leg and then release. Allow yourself to relax. Enjoy this inversion. Maybe coming back to your intention. Nice deep breath. And before we bring our heads up, we're going to put our forearms, palms on our knees. Breathe here, and then as you inhale, gently pushing the knees away, lifting the upper body slowly. And then sitting maybe with the eyes closed, allowing our bodies to readjust. Enjoy that nice circulation. Gently opening the eyes. Very nice. Bring our legs back. We're going to move into our side twist on the chair. So bringing your knees to the same side of the body to the back of the chair. Allowing us to really feel into our twist. We'll arms overhead, inhale. Beginning with our belly, ribs, shoulders, and then head. Not gripping on the back of the chair, but just using it for stability and accessibility. Relaxing the shoulders down from the ears. Extending the gaze over the back shoulder. And taking several breaths here, really allow yourself to feel your inhale, feel your exhale. A nice big inhale will allow sometimes for that exhale to find a little more space in your range. Really twisting into what might be tight. Allowing the breath to massage your side bodies. The expansion and contraction. Relax the face. Very nice. 2 more breaths here. Good. And our inhale and unwinding first with the head, shoulders, ribs, and belly. Then just a little micro twist to the other side. Just look over the other shoulder. Come back. And then we'll move our knees to the other side. Nice steady seat, inhaling arms up and exhaling belly, shoulders. Gentle use of the chair, looking out past the back shoulder, closing the eyes if that feels good, just feeling that breath in and out. And all the goodness that inhale and exhale bring. Inhaling and exhaling. Find that little bit of space on your exhale. Very nice big inhale. Unwinding head and shoulders, belly, and then a little twist to the other side. Just sort of balanced. There we go. Just give a nice kind of roll to the shoulders. Maybe alternate one up, one down. Nice little stretch there. Now bringing our hands out and bringing them forward, palms together. And then we're going to twist the hands, that'd be 45 degrees. So that one palm is up, one palm is down, palms together. And then the other way. Just sort of gently, gentle motions back and forth. Twisting one palm and then the other. Hands together, just rotating the wrists, elbows close. Just getting into the shoulders. Nice, then grabbing the fingers, pushing back with one hand, palm forward, fingers stretching back with the other hand. And opposite hand. Nice stretch of the wrists, the palms. And then clasping the hands. And now looking at your hands, change your clasp. So opposite pinky on the bottom, the way you would not normally clasp your hands. And then palms out. So whatever that feels, wherever your elbows land, just palms out, stretching, really feeling that stretch across our palms, underneath the fingers, just nice finger stretch. Very nice. And back and release. And for our feet, let's tap the toes, pointed toes, tapping the toes. Feet are pointed, tapping. And now with a flex, pulling the toes back. Let's keep up the tapping. Just gentle tapping, just getting some movement, sort of activating the legs here. Before we relax, really flexing the feet now. Point, flex, point, flex, point, flex. Hold the point. Breathe. And hold the flex. Very nice and down. My hip feels a little tight, so I'm going to do this for you all too. Let's just get one leg out to the side. One leg out. Just push that knee out gently, gently. Back to the center and then other leg out to the side. Just gentle, gentle push. Just sort of feeling a little stretch into that hip. Very nice. And then take any movements that feel good for you before we do our rest our Savasana. What feels good for you. I'm gonna inhale. Big inhale, exhale through open mouth. 2 more times, inhale. Exhale. Last time, inhale. Exhale. Good. And getting comfortable in whatever spot is your place for our final Savasana. Hands on the lap, wherever's comfortable. And just fall in. Allowing your breath to move in and out. Allowing your feet to relax. Your calves are relaxed. Your breath moving in and out so that your legs and seat are relaxed. Hips. Breath totally relaxing the back. Shoulder blades. Your hands are relaxed. Elbows, arms, your shoulders are relaxed. Neck, face, your eyes are relaxed. Allowing your thoughts to set aside. Just breathing. Maybe our intentions come back. Breathing in, breathing out. Being aware of our breath. Slowly deepening the breath. Bringing our awareness back into our bodies. Gentle movements to the toes. fingers, wrists, and ankles. Deeper breaths, just bringing some movement. Then lowering the hands, arms up overhead, closing the eyes, dropping the chin, hands in Anjali Mudra, our prayer mudra. And just sitting for a moment with your practice. Thankful for the time and for the strength and health of our bodies. Opening the eyes gently. May we have peace and joy and love and light in ourselves, and may we share that peace and joy and love and light with others. Namaste, everyone. You're welcome to continue your silence if you'd like. Take care, everybody. Have a good week.